my gosh, hello friends. So it's been like a year since I sat down and filmed a beauty video, and oh, I miss it so much. I have definitely lost my touch though, so this is my first time doing a full face of soft glam in like a year. So I wanted to sit down and see if I still had it in me. And if you're watching this, thank you. Let's sit down together and do our makeup together. We're going to start with the brows. We're jumping right in. We're using our Milani Weekend Brow Pen. And I'm just going to use this to create hair-like strokes on the brow and fill in wherever I need. I'm also going to use this pen to line the bottom of my brow. And please forgive me for the audio, you all, because I didn't realize my computer is making like a humming sound. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's humming at me, and I have tried everything possible to get rid of it, but the humming, it just won't stop. I don't know what's happening. Forgive me, please. I hope you are able to enjoy the video still. I'm going to clean up underneath the brow with my NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. This is in the shade Caramel, and it's the closest to my skin tone. I didn't want anything too bright because I want a nice subtle soft glam look. I'm taking whatever is left on the brush and I'm just sweeping it all over the eyelid to kind of prep it for my eyeshadow, and then I'm going to use this fluffy brush to blend that out and make sure there's not any harsh lines, and to make sure I'm not creasing or anything like that. I'm going in with Huda Beauty Cinnamon Bun Setting Powder, and I'm just going to set the lid so that nothing creases up. I'm using the Morphe Soft Filter Effect Foundation to go on top of my brow and just clean up any area. This is in the shade Deep 34, and this is the foundation I'm actually going to use all over the face. And before I get to like my foundation and everything, I like to moisturize my face. I'm using the Inky List. This is the Omega Water Cream. It's a hydrating cream, and I love it so much, and it's so affordable. Make sure you get underneath those eyes because you don't want your concealer to crease up on you. And of course, we're going in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I have been using this stuff since it dropped, and it is still a holy grail in my makeup routine. Next, we're going to get into the eyes. We're going in with the Juvia's Place Chocolates palette, and I'm grabbing this lighter shade here. And I'm just going to pack it onto the lid. See, I'm using this fluffy brush because it holds a little bit more eyeshadow in it. And I'm just packing everything on before I start to blend it out. Try to make sure I don't have any harsh edges going on. So after I pack this in, I'm going to start diffusing the edges of the eyeshadow with the same brush. I want to add a little bit more depth into this look, so I'm going in with the darkest brown, and I'm just taking that into the outer V and the crease area, and I'm using the same brush still. I'm just going to take it in there and blend it out and make sure everything is smooth and flowing together. Girl, I'm about to draw the tiniest wing you ever saw, okay? This is the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in the shade Black, and I'm just trying to elongate the eye just a teeny tiny bit. Also, I'm not comfortable doing a full-on wing yet because it's been a long time and your girl is out of practice. So we're gonna do a baby wing for now. Now I'm going to color correct. I'm using the LA Colors Conceal It Corrector in orange. I should have used a red corrector, but this is what I had on hand. And I know there's a lot of steps to this process, but I really want this look to be flawless, and I want my base to be as great as it can be. So there's gonna be a lot of steps. Just bear with me. Now I'm going to apply foundation. I'm using this Real Techniques foundation brush. I'm using for foundation, this is the Morphe Filter Effects Soft Focus Foundation. It's a medium to full coverage foundation, and I have the shade Deep 34. I like to apply it this way because I really love the finish. It's not too much and it still gives me like that soft airbrush look. And then I'm going in with my adorable little NARS concealer. This is in the shade Dark number 1. These are the areas that I like to apply the concealer, as you can see. And after that, I'm going in with my Black Opal foundation stick. Because I haven't really contoured in a long time and I want this look to be really soft, I am going to take my brush and just place the contour in the areas that I want it to be, and then I'll clean up from there. So I'm almost placing it on like it's bronzer in a way. I'm really going to take my time with this and blend it out to the best of my ability and make sure I get it into the hairline so everything flows nice and evenly. And like I said, I'm taking my time. I am going to go ahead and use my setting powder, and I'm going to carve out where I want everything to be just a little bit more sharp. So I'm going right up under that contour and I'm carving the area out. I'm not going to let it bake. I'm going to go ahead and press it into the skin. I'm really taking my time and making sure that I carve my face perfectly as best as I can. And I'm going to press that in, and then I'm taking my foundation brush and I'm just going over that area so that it's not too ashy or anything, making sure the line is not too harsh. And now for my favorite part, I'm going to be blending out my concealer. I'm using this Amazon powder puff. I believe I got a pack of like 8 or 10, something like that, for $10. But they're so good because they don't soak up all the product on your face. You're basically just blending everything out evenly and you still get like a full coverage look. So I'm not going to be using my beauty blenders anymore for this area because I feel like the powder puff just does so much better in my opinion. And I'm really taking my time making sure I get underneath the eye. I'm looking up because I want to get the makeup into those little creases. Now we do naturally crease anyway, but you know, you can lessen the effects if you make sure you look up and get the product right up under the eye. And make sure you focus the product where you want it to go so it's not spreading out too far. I'm going to brighten up the under eye just a little bit more, so I'm using this Juvia's Place concealer, and I'm just going to focus that product right in the inner part of my under eye. I'm not spreading it any further, I'm not winging it out or anything like that, just focusing it right in that spot. All right, so it's time to set those areas that we put the lighter concealer. I'm using the Huda Beauty Cinnamon Bun, and I am just going through and using the same powder puff as earlier. I'm going to set those areas. Finishing up setting the face, and I'm making sure that I actually take this powder above the eyebrow because for some reason I get really oily right there. And then I'm going to take whatever powder is left on the back of my hand and I'm going to get the excess powder off and just go all over the rest of the face so that I'm not oily or anything and that my makeup stays in place all day. Next, we're going to take the Juvia's Bronze Duo palette. This is in the shade Deep Dark, and I'm just bronzing all over those areas where I added my contour. I'm actually using a blush brush to apply this because I want to make sure I'm super light-handed just because I'm a little bit rusty doing my makeup and I don't want anything to be too heavy. This is my favorite drugstore setting spray. It's the Milani Make It Last Original 16-Hour Wear Setting Spray. It's in a natural finish. I like to do a test spray to make sure it doesn't spit at me. And of course, the look is not complete without blush. So we're using the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Faith. I'm just gonna dot it on the higher part of my cheekbone. And when I blend this out, I'm still gonna use my fluffy brush and I'm gonna focus the blush on the higher cheekbone area. I'm not bringing it into the apples of the cheek because I'm trying to slim my face down a little bit. Using the NYX Sweet Cheeks matte blush, I'm going in with the shade Bang, and I'm going to set wherever I put Faith. And I'm also going on top of my nose just to bring a little bit more color into my life. I'm gonna go back in with this palette and I'm gonna contour my nose. I don't like putting the contour stick on my nose anymore because I feel like it gets a little bit more muddy on me personally. I could be doing it wrong. And I feel like it moves a lot more because I get oily in that area. So I'm using a powder instead of a cream. So I also have these natural moles on my face and I'm just bringing them back out. I'm using that black liner to go on top of the moles that I already have. I love my moles. And then I'm going back into this palette and I am going underneath the eyelash, the bottom lash, and I'm adding a little bit more of that deep dark brown. And I'm gonna line my waterline with a brown eyeliner instead of a black liner. I feel like the brown is just a little less intense and it still gives me a little bit of a snatched look. Using the Milani Strobe Light highlighter, I'm just gonna add some highlight to the tip of my nose and that's it. I'm not taking it on the cheekbones or anywhere else. I'm using the e.l.f. Big Mood mascara in the shade Black, and I'm going over my bottom lashes and my top lashes before I add my falsies. I think you could actually leave the look as is at this point if you didn't want to put falsies on, but I want a little bit more drama, so I'm gonna add some falsies. I'm using the Sephora House of Lashes in the style of Iconic, and then I am lining my lips. I use this super deep dark brown, almost black liner to initially line my lips, and then I used a chocolatey brown to diffuse that shade. And now I'm using my NARS, I believe this is the Afterglow Lip Balm. I'm just gonna go all over the lip with that. And it's so pretty, it's such a pretty combination. I'm gonna add some more shine to the lips, so I'm using the Black Radiance Perfect Tone Lip Gloss to finish this look off. So how do you guys think this look turned out? I think I did pretty good considering I haven't done my makeup in ages. Let me know down below what you think, and if you like this video, leave me a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.